Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Kimberly. This is Jala Sun Tarot and super thrilled to have you guys here because we are going to a tried and true topic, checking in on their current feelings for you, whoever it is that you're thinking about. We're going to get as many details as we can as far as regardless of the current situation that you are experiencing with this person. We're tapping into the current feelings and we're going to see what comes through for how they feel about you, towards you, and this connection in general. So we do have 3 different tarot decks for you guys to choose from. And then we are getting into some of the oracle. And everything is in the description box below, including the timestamps. But if you want to go through the pile selection, let's get into it. So for pile 1, we have this Dalmatian Jasper crystal. And we will be using the Modern Witch Tarot deck for your reading today, Group 1. So again, the Modern Witch with Dalmatian Jasper for Group 1. Group 2, we have this pink, light pink feather. And we will be using the Mind's Eye Tarot deck for today's reading for you, Group 2. So again, the Mind's Eye with the pink feather for Group 2. Group 3, we have this, is that my sweater? We have part of my sweater, but we do have this bee pendant for your reading, Group 3, and we will be using the bee tarot deck. So the bee tarot deck with this bee pendant for you, Group 3. Guys, feel free to take a moment, pause if you need to tune in with the energy if you need a moment. Your intuition should kick in. Don't overthink it. It's kind of like what you are drawn to the most, whether it's the item on top, the crystal, the feather, or the tarot decks, or just the feeling of groups 1, 2, and 3. Regardless, if you are ready, I will meet you at your reading. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this Dalmatian Jasper or the Modern Witch Tarot, then you are at the right place. So let's begin. We are asking Spirit today about this person you are currently thinking about, whoever that is. This is a general reading, so a lot of you are going to have different types of situations, relationships, connections. But we are tapping into this person's current feelings, their emotions. We might pick up on some details. Don't force any detail to fit. But it might fit, so you should be able to resonate with the majority of the reading if this reading is for you. That being said, thank you so much, Spirit, for always coming through for the collective, for our Group 1s. May we get the best messages for today's reading. All right, guys, so this person you are thinking about, whoever this person is to you, Group 1, tapping into this person's energy. All right, and we're asking, what are they currently feeling when it comes to you? What are their current feelings? What do we need to see? So we have the Magician in the reverse coming through. And it says, you have everything you need to do anything you want. Now, this is a major arcana, Virgo energy. This is a bigger deck, so we're going to push it down over here. We're going to get 5 cards today with the clarifiers. Okay, well, what are they currently feeling? What do we need to see? So we also have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. It says, every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. How is this person feeling? Group 1, Spirit. 6 of Cups in reverse. Give yourself the compassion you were never given. 3 cards in reverse right out the gate. 4 of Wands in reverse. And we got 2 sixes back to back. We're going to take this one upright, the Hierophant. Card number 5, this is Taurus energy, which is Earth. So we have a little bit of Earth. And with the Magician, we also have Earth with Virgo. Let's see what else we need to see. The 9 of Swords in reverse. Wow. You're heavily on this person is definitely thinking about you. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse. It's not the best happy thoughts. It's feeling a little attached right now as well. This person is having a difficult time releasing, if that is the current energy between the both of you. We have 8 of Pentacles upright. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. And it's coming through with the 4 of Wands in reverse. And now we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. The Strength card coming in reverse. This person, so Strength is Leo energy. It is card number 8. It's a major arcana. I feel like this person is really feeling a certain way. If they lost you to some degree, if I feel like they're watching you walk away. They're watching you slip through their fingers, and it is a hard pill for them to take in. And this could have been something they created in this dynamic between the both of you, where you may have had no choice but to kind of see what else is out there, especially if this person wasn't really reciprocating the correct type of action to solidify this. I am getting this person is heavily in their mind. The funny thing is, this person hasn't let you go. They're thinking about this. I would say even when they're working, it's day and night. It's revolving. This energy is kind of just staying. It's feeling like Velcro or resin, like it's sticking. And I'm getting the feeling that this is a lot of focus and energy this person is putting into thinking about you. It's becoming a little bit it's a little toxic. It's heavy energy directed towards you in a hyper-focused way. It's feeling a little devilish, a little addictive. And I feel like there is a codependency behind this feeling. I'm getting the dynamic of a little bit of a runner-chaser, where this person or you could have been the runner. It could have felt like abandonment issues were brewed in this connection. And now I feel as though if there was a disconnect, this person is finally feeling, it's like the fire is on them. They're the ones that are experiencing the fire of not having you. Whereas it could have been reverse, especially if this person was the runner. It feels as though the wheels are turning, especially with your back facing them. And they know that you are kind of seeking what else is out there. You're walking through doors. You're going through the threshold in your own life, meaning you are potentially starting new beginnings. And this is away from them. This is without them. And they see you glowing up and they see you taking aligned action. And I think it's a little bit for them, they're knowing of what they didn't bring to the table because this is coming through with the Hierophant. Getting the feeling that you may be seeking something special, something serious, something committed elsewhere, especially if you weren't feeling that energy being reciprocated from this person. And I think this person is reflecting on this, what they didn't bring, the disalignment or the misalignment that was brought to the table and what the aftermath is. It's like cause and effect. As I'm hearing geese, oh gosh, the birds are out, guys. It's still pretty chilly. My window is open. My cats like the window open. Hi, Money. All right, so that being said, I am getting a little bit where there was a lack of balance in this connection, and this person feels pretty guilty about it, pretty shameful about it. I'm getting where they're, but I'm also feeling a little bit where they're playing the victim. I am getting where they are blaming their circumstances that's surrounding them, but they're not really taking ownership that it's their actions that led to this. Whatever this is, I'm getting 2 8s and they're both upright. I feel as though they might be viewing you as someone that is working toward a better future, especially if you're walking away from them. You might be keeping yourself a little bit more busy, hard to come by. Whether you're blocked to this person or not, the feeling that they don't have you in their grasp, it's creating a little bit more of a hyper focus, like I mentioned before. I do feel as though they may see that you are no longer taking the same action you used to. For example, if you message them consistently, if you respected them, gosh, what am I trying to say? I'm thinking of like the Queen of Pentacles and why it's in reverse. Okay. And I'm also focusing on Moon because she's messing with the audio. So, but this is where their attention is. It's like their attention is on the past and also on the future. And that's kind of where I'm at with Moon and right now trying to channel the proper message. But the feeling I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles, because this is the energy, whether you're male or female, of someone being very sound and in a secure feeling energy. They are in a leadership role. I feel this person could be very compassionate. Queen of Pentacles is the energy of someone that just feels safe. Like this is the person you want to lead in a zombie apocalypse, for example. Well, for me, I would want a Queen of Pentacles. But the point is, it's coming through in reverse. And I feel like this is the energy they're noticing they no longer have. You're no longer reciprocating. You're no longer being consistent. Tables have turned, is the feeling I'm getting. And they know that you're going elsewhere to seek what is that you are seeking, which could be, it could be, love. It could be commitment. It could be something that you weren't really accessing. I feel like it's really creating some hyper stress, hyper focus. We're getting the 9 of Swords in reverse, and it's coming through with the Magician in reverse. This person does not feel aligned. I would even say in their own 3D experience, whatever it is that they're feeling, they're lacking confidence. Something is missing. And it could be you. It could be something that they're thinking about that's holding them stuck a little bit in their headspace. It's feeling very excessive, and it's keeping them from aligned action, whether that's towards you or in general. I want to see if there's any clarifiers before we move on to the oracle. But I feel like this is pretty straightforward. They could be keeping tabs on you. We got Page of Swords. Most likely they are, guys. So they're, especially because they are attaching to this in an unhealthy way, let me just say. Okay? So if this is recent or if you had to walk away, we have so many reversals coming through at the bottom of the deck energy. And they might see you as someone that has options. Gosh, there is a lot of blocks. I am feeling like this person is recognizing that they could be the person that created these blocks. And I wonder if this is the type of person that thought that you would always be a anchor for them, someone that they could count on to always be there, even if they were a runner, you know, that as soon as they came back, the Queen of Pentacles was gonna welcome them in to safety and comfort. But I feel as though that ship has sailed. You are now seeing what else is out there because you're recognizing that this isn't the energy that's good enough for you. So I feel like this person you are currently thinking about, they are in their feels about it, but a lot of it too is in their ego. So let's see what comes through with the Oracle. We're going to start with the Truth Oracle, and I want to get a little bit of detail, Spirit, of what other layers could we see as far as how they're feeling emotionally. I don't think they're in their heart space, guys. Regardless of how they feel about you, and maybe we could pick up on that energy with the Oracle, they're more so in their headspace. They're hyper focusing, and it's creating not the best emotions within their energy, within their chakras. It's a lot. It's waking them up. It's shaking them up a lot lately or currently. So roll the dice, take a chance, risk a leap of faith. Let's get a few. Let's get 4, and then we'll get the bottom of the deck. Uninvited guest. Look for, to go back to spying. Rest, and that's more than I wanted. We have pet, addiction, and bottom of the deck energy, trash. Wow. That's interesting. Sing at the new bottom. Could be listening to music. This person is feeling restless. I'm getting that they are, to go back to the excessive amount of thoughts that it's feeling like it's almost an attack. I don't think they want to think this much, but they are falling into it almost like an addiction. I wouldn't be surprised if they are using, and don't force this, but for some of them, they could be partaking in substances just so that they could stop thinking, but it's kind of backfiring maybe. And it's feeling more addictive. It's more of that energy of them creating an obsessive landscape for them to sit in, like an uninvited guest that has taken over their mind. They're letting their mind or their thoughts control them. They're not really conscious right now. They're not realizing that their thoughts they're not their thoughts. But right now they're in the thick of it. And I think that a lot of what they're thinking about when it comes to you are not positive. They're thinking of worst case scenario, bad outcome. They're feeling shame over things that have already happened. I'm also getting the sense that they might be hypothesizing with rolling the dice. Do they move forward? What would that look like? And I think it leads them back to a negative outcome, a negative thought. They're showcasing a little bit of stuck energy. I'm also getting that they are searching. They're trying to search for the right time, some sort of answers. They may be looking to see if you've already moved on if you already have someone else or other people, or if you're just not even thinking about them, they could be thinking that you are literally gone. So I think this is what is keeping them a little bit trapped, perhaps. They may be wondering if they could have a new beginning with you, but again, those hopeful thoughts kind of get soured by the way this person is thinking. It's very cyclical. Okay. It's like a snake eating its own tail. What is that? Ouroboros? Either way, it's just not getting. It's like, when is that cycle going to end for this person? Let's see. All right. I want to move on to Hearts, Hidden Secrets, my OG deck. I really love this deck. I feel like it's pretty accurate with the messages that come through. Spirit works really well with some of my OGs. So, Spirit, what do we need to see with how this person is currently feeling? Foundation. Perspective. Look at the coloring. Oh, what was that? Fall on the ground. Twin flames. Don't force that. That could be a confirmation for some of you if this is the type of twin flame energy. That card rarely comes out, so you never know. Mistakes. And let's get one more, and then bottom of the deck energy. Two more. Ecstasy. We're getting a lot of cards for you guys. And boundaries. Bottom of the deck energy, finality. That's the feeling that I'm getting, where this person might think that this is the final straw, that there's no going back, that this is their karma, you walking away. I'm wondering if they're realizing that there is no second chances. Something about this energy feels as like this is hopeless. Yet there's a little bit of a hope that resides within this person when they think about you. And like I said, it kind of cycles back to deeper, darker thoughts. It is feeling a little bit where they are focusing a lot on their mistakes, what they were focusing their attention to on when they should have been open to your energy. I feel as though they're realizing that they messed with fire and it kind of backfired. Something like that. I do feel they're kind of dull. They're a little numb. They're really feeling the pain, but it's numbing them out because they're sitting in it. This is a person that could be in long periods of pain. It's I call it like that autopilot where when someone is misaligned and they're not even aware of it. So this person, how long it takes for them to kind of get out of this energy, it's really going to be up to them. But I do see that they're feeling where they're starting to gain a different perspective on what went down. That could be good for them to be in this energy so that they could finally kind of see what's going on, but I think it's taking them a long time. They're looking for the wrong things. They're looking to see if you've moved on, if you're no longer part of their energy. What they should be looking for is going within. Like, what is it about them that they have to heal? What is it about them that they have to see a pattern and put an end to whatever cycle they've been in? I feel like they're looking in the wrong direction when it comes to this, and it's keeping them a little stuck, guys. But I do sense that eventually, because of perspective and foundation, that there is potential for this person to kind of turn this around and see the dawning of a new day. A pet may mean something, specifically a cat, a dog, some sort of comfort that this person might be seeking, or they might be seeing you in that energy too. But I'm also feeling like that's how they feel when it comes to you, that you are their peace, their rest, their comfort. And now they don't have that, and it's making them feel all over the place, a little yucky. Okay, so we're going to use the neon love. I want to see what is the energy with their emotions. Are we looking at someone that is looking at you in a loving, feeling loving? Because we are getting this person a lot in their thoughts. Are there more union cards than disunion? Let's see what is coming through. Spirit, what do we need to see? How they are currently feeling for group one. What's the current energy? Okay. Something fell on the ground. Committed. Poly. That also reminds me of a unicorn. So if polyamorous does not resonate, and that might be a specific message or detail, but it's also giving the feeling like unicorn. If this person was open, for example, and wasn't the committed type, I feel as though this is the energy that they are starting to understand. That could be the perspective that's taking them a long time to get there, but they are starting to realize this is why they can't stop thinking about it. This is why they don't feel good about it. Gosh, what's my problem? All right, love with the ring. Family, another ring. Jeez. I'm ready. Toxic. Unstable. So that could be, okay, so the good or the positive is outweighing the shadows. If we're looking at the shadows, it is feeling like a person that may have struggled or been resistant to settling with one person. Like it might not have been something that they've really experienced, long relationships, or someone they feel that it could be long term or a commitment or something like that. Or it could have just been their current energy, especially if they weren't seeing that for themselves. If they were a little unstable in their 3D experiences, maybe having a little bit more of toxic connections or connections that didn't really honor the soul or cherish the soul. But yet the way that they are feeling about you is long term, is committed, is an emotion that's strong, the strongest emotion, which is love. And it's giving them that feeling of where they weren't feeling aligned in the past, could be where the perspective is, where they're thinking about it. Like, why wasn't I aligned? Why didn't I move? And again, unless they're thinking about what it is in their past that has kept them stuck, they're not going to be able to move forward in a healthy way. If they're just so focused on where you are at, have you moved on? Because they are a little obsessed. They are searching you up. They are keeping tabs on you. It's that hyper focus, like we mentioned with the Six of Cups, especially. It's someone that it's feeling a little attached. There's a little bit of an attachment. So with this energy, I'm hoping that this is more so them getting to the feeling of moving on beyond that. Actually, let's bust out my new oracle. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, I wasn't expecting to use this today, but I don't know, Spirit just gave me that intuitive pull because I read the book last night. It comes with the book. This is Kim Crane's Arcans. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Sorry, Kim. My namesake. But it is the Alchemy Oracle, and I have the Wild Unknown, and I just want all of her decks because I don't know why I haven't gotten them earlier. But either way, she's amazing. And I read the book that it comes with it. So I just want to see real quick, guys. The reason I busted out with this um is, and it's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what a 6 pointed square is, or hexagon. I don't know, guys. Let me know. Although I did pass geometry, so I'm surprised I don't remember. All right. Either way, Spirit, what do we need to see? Their current feelings, where are they at? What do we need to see? What are they working on? And then we're going to get advice for you guys. But this might be like, I just want to check in with their energy with this deck. We're getting to the Blue Temple and the Peacock's Tail. I'm wondering if they're gaining confidence right now. They're going through that feeling of, and I hope that is true for them, but it could also be a message for you, going inward, but also relying a lot on the outward aspect of things, where the Blue Temple, for example, is feeling like the third eye chakra. Look at the blue, the imageries of the blue. We're getting the rainbow, reminding me of like the Rainbow Reviver. The Peacock's Tail is kind of feeling like a collage, putting the pieces together, finding balance. Oh my gosh. Ouroboros. I brought this up. This is why it was on my mind, because I read the booklet last night and was looking at the cards. But the feeling of really trying to end some sort of cycle. If they're able to look within what it is that they've been trapped in when it comes to their own romantic energy. And I feel as though that's something that they, need to go into alignment with. Mercury is feeling, this is, if we're looking at the third house, because this could be Gemini energy, the third house of communication, Mercury could be, aligned action as well, doing something that is forward movement. And I'm wondering, with the Magician coming in the reverse, and now we're getting the Peacock's Tail, this person is trying to find what's going to push them forward. And they might be stuck a little bit, guys. And I'm hoping that they are going inward. I want to get one more for where this person is thinking when it comes to you, or feeling. We're going to have to do it like this. Uranus. And remember, we talked about the collage, and kind of look at the mirrored image. It's giving like the stained glass type of imagery, a prism of colors. And I was getting that with the Peacock's Tail. It's card number 8. Look at where the lightning is striking. It's giving also with Uranus energy, like that aligned action. Again, to go back to the action that this person hasn't really, moved forward. It could be something that they need to go within on. And again, that could be very difficult, especially if they're not sure what direction to go into, if they're stuck in pain, if they're stuck in, not feeling that energy flow through them. What do they do? So I feel that they could be ignoring signs, but they might not be when it comes to spirit or the universe. They might be getting those energetic pulls on what to do when it comes to you. I do feel that this is a good sign that they might not be stuck energy, especially if they know that you are slipping away. If they are seeing your back facing them, I think they know that it is on them. We're getting autumn as the new bottom of the deck energy with this, and it's feeling as though a reflective energy. The season of autumn gives, it's right after summer, where things are kind of getting quieter. The leaves are turning a vivid color, but then they are falling. And I feel as though there's rest involved. There is, and didn't we get that? Yes, rest. I feel like that's where this person's energy needs to be in order to move forward in a healthy way, in an aligned way, guys. They need to go inward. They need to kind of figure out their own cycles. Are they going to do that? That is, I don't know. I feel like currently they are really trapped in their ego. But if they're able to do all this, that's the energy you want. That's the energy you want reciprocated. You don't want someone to come in if they're not healed. You know, if they're giving you the same type of energy, it's not gonna do anyone any better. So let's get your advice. Spirit, what do we need to see as we close out today's reading for group 1? Play. The Age of Light. Sisterhood of the Rose, and bottom of the deck, Lumeria. Ooh, one of my favorite cards in the deck. It says, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Coming into your own alignment, I think Spirit is reminding you of how good things could be. If you are walking away and seeing what else is out there, if you're going through the threshold, this is what you are discovering, that heaven is on earth. And it's up to you how you're going to create that for yourself and not get stuck in the energy of someone that isn't showing up the way you deserve. Let this person reflect on whatever it is they need to reflect on, however long it takes for them to see that different perspective, to find their own confidence, their own alignment, their own way of expression, and feeling vulnerable enough to move in a romantic direction in your way. They would have to go inward. And I feel as though you probably have come a long way in that department. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. It does sound very spiritual, where you have walked a long path and you see that it's all energy and frequency. And when something doesn't feel aligned, or when something is misaligned, it's obvious. And it's okay. It's like there's non-resistance coming from your energy. And you are the teacher. You are not the student. You have mastered this energy in a way, or you're mastering it. And Spirit is saying you are really connected. You have a big spirit team surrounding you, I'm getting. I do feel like your crown chakra, your third eye, like everything is kind of open and aligning. It says the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You could be going through some sort of spiritual awakening. A lot of you really could be connected, some sort of star seed or something that divinely you are meant to have a beautiful purpose on this earth. You have a light coming in from within you that you are now shining bright. Something about your energy is feeling really good as you are walking toward your destiny. Whether this person comes around or back in, I feel as though you getting into that playful energy. You know, when you're in alignment, it feels so fun. That's where happiness comes, you know? So that being said, this is where we are going to leave your reading, guys. I hope this made sense with this person and how they are currently feeling. Let me know what's going on. I hope you're okay. It feels like you are. It feels like you're really in a good, strong energy. I'm so excited. I, for some reason, busted out my new Alchemy deck. I feel like you are alchemizing, or you have alchemized a lot of your own ego, especially with your thoughts on this person, and you are kind of you've already gone inward. You're already connected. You've already alchemized. And whether this person is releasing the 3D energy and aligning, I think that is a journey that they have to figure out on their own. That being said, guys, I love you so much. Again, I hope this resonated. Let me know if it did. And hopefully I'll see you again. Bye. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading today. If you chose this pink feather and or the Mind's Eye Tarot deck, then you found us. So let's get into it. We are asking about this person, on your mind. And we're asking today, what are their current feelings about you? What's going on? What are the details? What can we see as far as their emotions when it comes to you and or this connection? Regardless of whatever connection you might be in, it's going to look different for all of you guys. Remember, this is a general reading, but we are picking up on the energy of their current feelings. That being said, thank you so much, Spirit, for coming through for the collective of group 2. Hear the birds. The birds singing. So let's see. With the Mind's Eye, how are they currently feeling about you, group 2? How is this person currently feeling? So we are getting the 7 of Wands coming through in reverse. We have the 10 of Swords. Has there been some sort of ending, a betrayal, a backstab? Let's see. We have the 9 of Pentacles. How are they currently feeling? The Moon. Okay, so this is our first major arcana, and the Moon is card number 18, which is Pisces energy, but also feels like Cancer just because it's the Moon. Getting like veiled emotions. We have the World in reverse. This is card number 21, Leo energy, and this is another major arcana. Okay, how are they currently feeling? If there's been an ending or some sort of disconnect, a big blow up between the both of you where you had to go separate ways, this person does not want this to end. They feel as though there's some unfinished business, but they may not be expressing this. Now, if this doesn't sound like your reading, feel free to choose another pile. But for those of you that this is feeling like it's resonating, I want to get the details as what else they are currently feeling about you. It's giving me a little bit of the background. Okay, 3 of Swords. Wow. So they're in the thick of their pain. I do feel like they're feeling that heartbreak. And this does also confirm some sort of ending. We have the Magician, and this is card number 1, Virgo energy. Major Arcana, we have 3. And it's coming through with the 10 of Swords. How are they currently feeling? The 3 of Pentacles, and it's coming up with the 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups in reverse. The Devil. Wow, I saw the flash of red. What an interesting depiction. It's a little bit of a mirage. It's kind of giving like dragon vibes. Phoenix vibes. This is Capricorn energy. The devil is card number 15. So might not be Phoenix, but it does feel like fire, regardless. Bottom of the deck energy is strength in reverse. Okay, how is this person feeling? Well, I think that they are, it's pretty apparent that they are in the thick of their heartbreak. It seems to be that you and this person have ended things. Now, it's giving as though there was some sort of betrayal. I kind of want to start there because it's coming through with the Magician, which I think is very interesting. One of the messages that came through, and don't force this, but it's almost as if you or this person was focusing on manifesting something, creating something in one's own 3D experience, that the priority was off. Something left someone feeling a little bit betrayed. And it could be where the attention or focus was. Now, if it wasn't this person kind of putting this energy on the back burner, then roles might be reversed. But that is one message that's coming through. I hope that makes sense. The feeling as though while someone was pursuing something else, not necessarily a person, I'm getting more so of a goal. It could be in the professional world. It could be something that is bringing, like they received an epiphany, a clarity in their 3D experience, you or this person, but I'm getting more so it might be this person. And they may have abandoned ship because of their hyper focus in something. And we could get clarifiers on that. But it could be business oriented. We got the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. They do value you. I think their current feelings are, they're seeing you glowing up in your own type of energy, especially if you are single right now. They are noticing that you are very independent and prosperous. You're doing well without them. I also feel as though they are having a sense of strategizing. The 3 of Pentacles feels, and it's coming through with the Queen of Cups in reverse. If you are blocked to them, if you are withholding love, or if after this breakup and or disconnect, depending on your connection, it feels, whether you're male or female, that you are no longer responding to their energy. And one of the things that they're feeling is they want to get into your good graces. They want to strategize on how to unveil some of what they feel. Again, it goes back to the feeling that they don't think this is completed. It could be a cycle, but it feels like unfinished business for them. I want to get into the devil and the world. We're kind of going all over, and per usual, I usually do get some extra for whenever the devil comes through. We have the Tower now, but I did put the Strength, which is card number 8. A lot of major arcana. For a lot of you, this could be a big relationship that ended, or some type of connection where this person felt this was very deep, very life evoking. Is that even a word? A changing. It disrupted everything. King of Wands, Page of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Chariot in reverse. Something was mishandled. I do believe that this person is reflecting on that, but I want to get clarifiers for the devil and the world in reverse. It's feeling a little bit of that addictive energy where this person has their sights set on whatever it is that they need to resolve, whether it's some sort of resolution or them, really believing that this is not done. This relationship hasn't ended, even though it has on the surface. That's kind of what I'm getting, but let's see. Why is the devil in the world here, Spirit? Very strong energy. Fire and earth. Ace of Wands. A new beginning. Passionate, creative spark. They are feeling pretty addictive when it comes to you. Six of Swords. Oh my goodness. But is it a permanent end? It's driving them crazy, guys, to think that this might be where you permanently walked away. They may feel as though you are no longer available officially. Like this could be what's keeping them really facing your direction in an addictive way. Let's get one more. You are sailing somewhere else. They lost sight of you. We got the Two of Wands in reverse. They lost sight of you. They don't know where you are, what's going on with you. And they feel this energy rushing through them where it's almost like a need, a want. They are in their ego with this devil energy, guys. And it's getting a little bit where they can't let it go. Queen of Wands, wow. And the Five of Cups. Something about their energy is really sad. They might be regretting something that they've let's see what the Magician was or is. But they might be regretting a lot, pretty feeling remorseful. But the way that they feel about you guys is you are super I mean, obviously they find you very attractive, but I think it goes a lot deeper than they may have realized. I feel like they think they've lost you forever. What happens, Spirit? Why is the Ten of Swords and the Magician here? Don't force the details of these clarifiers. King of Pentacles. I did pick up on that. This person may have been focused on something else, manifesting something else in their life, their experience, and it led them astray. It led them away from this energy. And it could have felt like a betrayal, especially if they suddenly left, things suddenly ended. If this person was the type of person that ghosted or disappeared. And again, their excuse could be that they were focused on something else. Knight of Cups. But the fact is, they abandoned ship. They didn't balance. And you finally had enough, something like that. We're getting it with the Knight of Cups. This person is now wanting to shift this energy. They feel like they want to move forward. Now that they feel like they've lost you, I don't think this person ever told you how they felt. You could have been very in the dark. Bottom of the deck energy, again, the Chariot in the reverse. So this person is feeling heavy emotions, guys. It's clear. We got all the signifiers of betrayal, remorse, sadness, heartbreak. They're in the thick of this. And amongst this feeling that this energy, they are feeling a little weak because they have not released this energy. And I think they're coming to the conclusion that they either cannot release it or they don't want to, or both. Something is keeping them magnetically pulled in your direction. Even if you have set sail, you could be completely gone from their energy. At least this is what this person's perspective is. Especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse, guys. It's such a loving, compassionate energy, the Queen of Cups. And whether you're male or female, if you are blocking this energy toward them, it's like they're missing a huge source of comfort that they may have had that they no longer And they want to strategize of how in the world would they even get this back. All right, let's move on to the oracle. We have a lot of oracle, and we have a bonus new oracle that we are using, which wasn't planned, but we busted it out with group 1, and we're gonna see. But we're starting with the truth oracle. Clown. Talent. How is this person currently feeling? Chew. Sing and drinks. I wonder if this person is distracting themselves. They could be. I do feel like this person needs to chill. You know, we have cool down as the new bottom of the deck energy. The feeling of if this person is trying to rebound or move on, I not necessarily rebound, but in this energy of them feeling stuck in their ego, they're chewing over things. They're thinking about the heartbreak, the hurt, the pain that they themselves may have created, or at the very least, owning up to their part in this. I feel as though if they are trying not to think about it, they might be going out or distracting themselves, but I don't think it's working, guys. They do feel a little bit low confidence. They feel like a fool. They feel as though they feel embarrassed. I'm getting a little bit regretful of their actions. They feel a little bit like that clown, like foolish. Like, what did I do? What did I do? And talent's coming through to go back to the excuse of them really hyper focusing on an area of their life, trying to manifest something, but they are now realizing the clarity that they are realizing is nothing is gonna feel aligned if things aren't balanced. If they are creating all of these disruptions in certain parts of their life, romantic included, then whatever it is that they're trying to manifest in another area of their life, it's going to be a little spoiled. And I think they're realizing this. They want to fix it, but do they know how? I do believe that this person does have a passion that is leading them somewhere, and they're realizing that if they are not able to balance this, it's not going to do them any good moving in your direction if they can't balance this. But again, guys, to go back to the feeling that they have not, or I would say not only have they not, but they don't think this is over. They're consciously realizing. Yet they are a little stuck with as far as how they would move forward, as I hear geese out my window. So we're going to move on to Heart's Hidden Secrets. And then we got the Neon Love. And we're going to look at Kim Crane's, one of my newer decks that I got for my collection, her Alchemy Oracle, which is amazing, guys. And then we're going to get some advice. So we got some more. So let's see. What are they currently feeling? Lusting. Wow. So this could feel passionate toward you as well. They might be still withdrawn though. Nourish. I don't know why I'm getting substance. Looking at greens. Don't force that though. But just with drinks and then the imagery, it's feeling a little bit like this person could be trying to distract themselves. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck. Now, if they were a little bit of a runner energy, I could sense that the energy is shifting a little bit, especially with the devil, with lusting. They are hyper focusing in multiple ways, not just in lustful sacral energy. I'm getting the feeling that they are having huge regrets. They're thinking about it, and their energy, if you're not feeling it, you might be feeling their energy. Because it's like chasing. So roles might be switched. But gosh, if this person is distracting themselves, a lot of it too is they could be fantasizing about you to some degree. I mean, clearly they're obsessively thinking. So let's get into the neon love because I want to see, let's give it one quick shuffle. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so hang on, guys. All right, guys. Let's give it one more shuffle. I think it's my allergies, but it might be a minor cold. It lingers for me, so I'm a little stuffed up too. Okay. Either way, still feel very aligned to channel messages, so don't worry. So I want to see with Neon Love, like what outweighs what? Are they in their what type of emotions are they feeling, Spirit? What can we see specifically? Any details? How are they currently feeling about group 2? Oh, let's get one more. Okay. Responsibility feels like where their focus was. If they were distracted while you and this person were still communicating. Like I said, they were focusing on some sort of goal, and now they're distracted with trying not to focus on the hurt. We have experiment, player, message me. 2 goes, responsible, message me, balance, and then we have children. This could be specific, but also feels like there might be history between the both of you, like that 6 of Cups energy. They might see you as someone that they could see a future with in that department. But again, for those of you that don't want children, are not thinking about it, it does give a little bit of that nourishing energy that came through. They may really feel that you are someone that, especially with the Queen of Cups, like that feeling of you come from a very loving place. Now, to go over here, experiment and player, and we did pick up on like the drinks and the green. They could, like I said, be distracting themselves. Don't get too upset. Player could be the energy of them, like not trying to, almost like they're trying to convince themselves, but they're realizing that that's just where the current energy is. They're clowning around. They're not in their manifestation energy right now when it comes to you or this connection. Yet, behind the scenes, it's like they have a mask on. They are staring at you from a distance. They are watching you. They are thinking about you. They are hyper fantasizing about you. So whatever it is that's happening on the 3D, and I don't think, player energy, even if they are trying to have a rebound, I don't think it's going far, guys, at all. At all. So it could just be them going out and perhaps drinking too much, and that's it. And guess what? It backfires each time because they cannot stop thinking about it. They're hyper focusing. Okay, so that's kind of where it's at. And we got boundaries at the new bottom of the deck, which could feel how they feel where you're at. That your boundaries are intact. And yeah, so let's move on to Kim Crane's. This is her Alchemy Oracle. I love her collection. It's really dope. I finally have all of it and I'm practicing, but for some reason I read the book that comes along with this oracle. And now I was like, yeah, we gotta use it. So the way we're using it is, how are they currently feeling about you? Where's their energy? What can we see, Spirit? What are they alchemizing anything? What do we need to see? I got 3 in my last, which might be a lot of cards, but it's okay. And I do have the book in case we need to look it up, but we have synchronicity at the bottom of the deck. Wow. And that's card number 63. Synchronicity. That feels very divinely guided in some sense. We have reddening, spring, sun's splendor. Gosh, this feels, I love this deck. This is such a beautiful deck. All right. I'm getting a lot of timing coming through. You know, spring energy. Spring is in the air. I've been feeling it. Time sensitive as we are, you know, mid-February. We are coming through and snake energy is leaving behind, is being left behind. We are, the new year is upon us with the fire horse energy. And the reddening feels as though this is where the current emotions are of this person. They're in the thick of their heat, their fire, especially if you are more in the calm, more in the peaceful energy. It's like you pass the flame torch to them. They are now feeling it. They are now feeling the worry, the regret, the remorse, the sadness, the fear, the heat of not having you, especially with where this connection is right now, especially if you guys are not talking. They might be picking up on a lot of synchronicities, a lot of things, a lot of reminders where they're realizing that this is becoming more obvious. Like it's, they can't get away from it. And it feels cyclical. You know, it's giving a little bit of that world energy as well, where they feel things are not finished. And with Sun Splendor coming through, guys, this is like one of the happier cards. As a matter of fact, this is card number 53. Like, what a beautiful place to be in the Sun Splendor. It feels like heaven on earth. And sun energy, Leo energy with the world. I want to say that this could represent timing. This is where they want to be. They want to be more in a balanced place. There might be communication coming in. Wow. Okay, so let's see your final messages, guys, as we get into our advice. I do feel once this person is able to get through these emotions, they have to face it, guys. They have to figure it out. They have to heal it. They have to go through their own fire when it comes to this. And it's about time. And spring feels as though there could be a blossoming. All right. This fell behind the dresser, the crumbling. Wow, guys. This reminds me again of the tower that showed itself earlier. This could have been a really big breakdown between you and this person. Like the foundation was completely torn away, yet behind that, the energy remains, ooh, with that engine revving up. I have the window open. But the feeling of this beautiful tree, that spring energy, something that could still blossom. There's still some sort of seed. And it once it sparks, it's going to happen fast. I'm also getting that energy. Once this chariot knows, and the fool knows where it's going, especially with the emperor now. In other words, once this person figures out how to get into their sovereign power, and it might take a while for them to get there, but when they do get there, I do feel like a spark in energy that's going to be fast forwarded, if that makes sense. Play at the bottom of the deck. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So let's leave it over here. It's coming through with sun splendor. Gosh, feels like happiness, joy. They might feel that's the energy where you are. Like they're in the thick of it, the heartbreak, the backstab. They're going through all the pain. And they might see you as someone that is completely good. You know, Nine of Pentacles energy. that's glowed up, whereas they are in the thick of their own fire, meaning they're in their shadows. But if they are currently distracting themselves, that's on them, guys. That is on them to figure it out. And they could be a little bit in a cycle if they are seeing the signs from spirit. I feel like that's going to help engage them in forward movement sooner rather than later, but it's really going to be up to them. But once things do go move in forward motion, and it's always going to be up to you, but I do feel as though things are going to grow pretty abundantly. And again, that's whether you are with this person or not. I feel like you're going to create your own foundation and you know exactly what is needed. You're answering your own call. I feel like you're being guided somewhere. And I feel like you have a purpose to really be in your own sovereign power, especially with this type of energy. This could have been a big challenge. It could have been a huge test. And you might be tested again with this energy. So it's important for you to be grounded and not take things so seriously. We did get play at the bottom of the deck energy for this. So this is where we're going to leave your reading. And I hope this made sense. I hope it resonated, guys, with this person and their energy. And let me know if it did. Send a like, leave a message, subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading today. If you chose this bumblebee pin or pendant and or the bee tarot, then you are at the right place. So let's get into it. This person you are currently thinking about, how are they currently feeling about you? What are the details surrounding how they feel about you, about this connection, regardless of whatever connection you might find yourself in with this person or whatever situation you might be in? Again, we're going to tap in to the energy of how they are currently feeling. What are their emotions? If we could pick up on that. Thank you so much, Spirit, for coming through for the collective, as always. All right, guys. So how is this person currently feeling about you? What's going on? How are they currently feeling about you? So we have the Queen of Pentacles as our first card. This is the Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Whether you are an Earth sign or not, or whether you're male or female, how's this person currently feeling? 10 of Pentacles flipping upright. The Four of Swords. Wow. This could go either way. It could be like someone completely passing out in a field of flowers, or it could be someone relaxing consciously, basking in the energy of a field of flowers. Regardless, it's the Four of Swords. What a interesting depiction. And now we have the Five of Wands. Seems to be in the same field. We have Six of Wands coming after that. Wow, guys. So no major arcana, but let's get the rest of our clarifiers, see what comes up. How is this person currently feeling about our group 3, Spirit? What do we need to see? Ooh. Death card. Not sure if that wanted to come through. It's like fumbling a little bit. So let's give it one more shuffle. And let's see. Gosh. Spirit, how are they currently feeling about group 3? This person. Okay, so this fell on the ground. Okay, so this is card number 7. The Barrow. The Barrow. Sorry. And that's the Chariot energy, guys. This is our first major arcana, and this is Cancer energy. It's in the sign of the moon. We're around a new moon energy, time sensitive. All right, so that's the Chariot. The Empress in reverse, card number 3. And this is Taurus energy, more of that earth. We have Temperance in reverse, our second major arcana, actually our third. We're getting 3 in a row, back to back to back. And Temperance is card number 14, Sagittarius, which is a little bit of that fire. Nine of Wands, coming through with the 5 of Wands. And let's get our last card. How is this person currently feeling? And then, of course, we're going to get into the detail, guys. So this is 10 of Swords, okay. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Jars, and Jars in this tarot is the Cups. We got 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Jars. So, wow, a lot's going on here, guys. I feel as though this person has history. It could be you and this person's history where there may have been a very explosive ending in some degree. It could have felt, 10 of Swords could feel like a betrayal. But the way it's being depicted, it's almost as though it feels like a ritual. Something that you and this person may have experienced more than once. It could feel like a cycle. But for those of you that have felt to some degree a very difficult ending occurred between you and this person is not willing to give up the fight. I do believe that they want a fresh start. They want a new beginning. They want to make a love offer. And they know that they're going to have to rebuild whatever it is that came tumbling down. I do believe that this person has their eye on you. Gosh, we're getting the Tower, the Devil, and the Sun back to back to back with the Star in reverse, which is a lot of major arcana. Ironically, I mentioned it when we were giving our first row that there wasn't major arcana coming through, but now all of a sudden it's like a overload. I feel as though you and this person have history, and this person feels like they see a future with you guys. I'm going to be honest. There is a happy ending that they are envisioning. They do believe that there is going to be some sort of positive trajectory in the outcome of you and whatever it is that ended. Now, again, if this has nothing to do with you, this is a person that has experienced some betrayal in the past. They may have even experienced a lot of a burnout when it comes to romantic endeavors. There's a lot of layers that this person is working through when it comes to healing in romantic connections. And again, if this has anything to do with you and this person, it could. We're getting the Empress in reverse, and that could imply that someone is blocked to someone else in some degree. They're lacking a little bit of stability. This person is lacking a little bit of stability when they're thinking about the future, because if it's feeling one-sided for them right now, where if you and this person are having a little bit of a conflict or a disconnect, especially with this 10 of Swords, I feel as though this person realizing that the future is with you, but it's feeling a little bit rocky because I feel as though this person needs to take a time out and reflect on a lot of stuff. So that could be what the current energy is. We see this person, to go back to the 4 of Swords, it's very unique. It is a healing energy. The 4 of Swords, excuse me. Wow, I'm getting a little bit of a throat chakra block right now. So there could be a lack of communication between the both of you. That could have been a confirmation that Spirit sent. But this person seems to be, there's 2 perspectives here. There's 2 messages. One is, now don't force this, but this person that you're thinking about could be intoxicated in some degree, could be trying to distract themselves, and really trying to figure out their own joy, their own peace of mind, and whatever this healing energy, it's giving them a little bit of an uproar as far as their balance within their internal balance. It's like someone that cut themselves completely in the nude and they woke up in a field of flowers, a little disoriented, a little bit like, how did I get here? So it's that feeling of this person doesn't even realize that they needed to take a time out until it happened. So this feels like someone that is trying to balance their energies, heal something that could have taken them over at one point, whether it has to do with you or, again, something in their past. But I think for the majority of you, for the right collective, it has to do with this energy specifically. Even the Ten of Pentacles is giving the Hermit energy. It just feels like the Hermit, that lone person with their lantern. But now all of a sudden, this person has all of these lanterns lit above them. They have awoken. They have woke up to the journey that they may have been in, and it's giving them a glimpse of the future. Like I said, that it looks as though they understand what the future could bring, especially when it comes to you and them. Even like you see this couple in the background, it's like this person is thinking about you and them, almost as though it's a little elusive for them right now. Because again, this Ten of Pentacles does feel like it's a lone person at the star of this imagery. So if you and this person are not in a relationship per se, but some sort of connection, I do believe that this person is getting to the point of wanting to take aligned forward movement and offer something in the love department. They want to rebuild. Whatever it is that came tumbling down between you and them, they want to rebuild. They are trying to release a little bit of that addictive energy and find their joy, find their own bright, what could lift them up, as opposed to only gaining it from external energy, whether that's from you or other distractions, especially if they're partaking in any type of spirits or, refreshments, if you will. Another image that's coming to mind is as they are reflecting and taking a time out, they could be really feeling as though you are moving forward, charging ahead in your own life. They could be worried about competition from you, as though you might be moving on. We have the barrow, and it's this person that's putting in the work. They are moving the wheelbarrow to the appropriate spot, let's say, in the garden. That could imply, symbolically speaking, that this person feels that you are regardening, you're planting seeds in another area. And it's coming through with the Queen of Pentacles. You are secure, you are stable, you are capable of creating your own honey in your own life. This statue, it's kind of reminding me of a statue at this in Chicago, there's the Morton Arboretum, but it's reminding me of it a little bit. It's feeling a little angelic, where they look at you and they feel as though you are sound, you are healed, you are stable, you are creating an abundance, an energy of an abundance in your own world, your own life. So why is it that the Empress is coming in reverse? It's the reflection on how they feel you might be thinking about the future with them, where you're not confident. You might be in a state, whether this is accurate or not, this is what this person is feeling, that you might be taking or withholding your energy from them because you're directing that energy somewhere else. Might not be in the future that they are envisioning right now. And that could also leave this person feeling a little bit in an uproar as they are taking a time out to heal and to think. Even this Nine of Wands, it's just feeling like this person is, I doubt they're having a migraine, but it feels a little bit of frustration, a little bit of they're working on something and it's not working out. So now they're kind of left taking a moment, taking a pause. And Nine of Wands does feel like wounded energy. It feels like a lot of trials and tribulations. And with it coming through with the Five of Wands, they may be reflecting on the conflict that they still feel in this connection with you. There might be some division, some sort of division in some sort of belief that you and this person are not seeing eye to eye in. But I'm also getting the fact that they are viewing you as someone that could be moving on, that could be joining another party, if you will. Not that you have multiple people, but the idea that you're just kind of, your pause in this challenge is leading you not in wounded energy, it's leading you in aligned forward action. Whereas this person is not feeling that, they're not in that current energy. But like I said, there is a little bit of a feeling where, gosh, but that could also be their perspective of how they view you, that you're just marching to the beat of your own drum at this point. You're living a triumphant, abundant life right now. Your 3D experience, at least that's how they're viewing you. Look at how beautiful and colorful the flowers are and the imagery are of this Six of Wands. And we get just, of course, a lot of the yellows and the bumblebee imagery everywhere else. But I don't know. I really feel as though, and I want to keep Ace of Jars. I really feel as though this person is coming. There is a lot of epiphanies, energetic zaps that this person is being led to. And gosh, something about their heart chakra is being opened. They're gaining clarity on what it is that can make them happy and what they would want in their future. But it feels very distant. I wanted to get... Well, I guess we don't need to get anything really, but now that I'm doing this, I just kind of wanted to focus in a little bit on as soon as I thought that, I was like the 10 of Pentacles and the Empress, and then the Ace of Wands. They could be waiting for an energetic spark to push them forward, especially if this person hasn't been making or taking action. And now we're getting the 10 of Jars, which is the Cups. Focusing on this energy. Gosh, they really do feel as though this could be something that could blossom in the future, but something is keeping them stuck. And I think a lot of it has to do with healing. We got the Keeper, card number 0, which is the Fool energy in reverse. They're unwilling to take a risk right now. I feel as though they need to kind of get through a lot of this energy that they are sitting in. But like I said, I do feel like it's coming from a healing, reflective state. And I feel like they're not going to be stuck in this energy for long. They're going to get that divine spark, that cosmic spark where they can't ignore it, especially with 2 aces that kind of popped up and the 2 of the 10s. I think that's kind of a big sign of this person's vision of the future. Okay, so I want to see... we got some oracles, and we also got a bonus oracle, my new Alchemy deck from Kim Cranes. And we're not reading from the book today. I just impromptu decided to use it for my group 1. And yeah, we're just taking a look at what comes through. So we'll get to that. And then, of course, we're going to end with advice. So let's see. Spirit, how are they currently feeling? Is there any other detail, any other something that we need to see? Ooh, okay. Single, ascending, trash, intuition, and bottom of the deck energy, clown. Gosh, don't force this, but just the person passed out, or, again, if we're getting one of the imagery as, because this could go either way. The other vision I'm getting with this card, to go back to Four of Swords, is, I live near the beach and a lot of people take naps. Now, are they in the nude when they do that? No, I hope, I've never seen that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. But the point is, it could be someone that is leisurely, consciously relaxing and thinking and reflecting. But I'm getting a little bit of a mixed energy of this person is also going through reflection, but it could be at the end of a long night, where they are kind of getting a little bit in their, might be drinking a little bit too much. If this person doesn't drink, then it could very well just be staying up late, kind of overdoing it with vegging out. But for a lot of them, this could be someone that is trying to disappear, trying not to be fully in the heat of their energy right now, because it's like 50-50. They know that there's been a painful end, yet there is a hope, there is a promise for the future, and they're stuck in that world. Okay, I do believe with intuition, and ascending, they could feel that you are they are spiritually connected to you in some way. Don't force that. But they could look at you as an equal that they may not have matched. Even with this single energy, it says isolation, independent, alone. That feels like Four of Swords. That feels like the mock hermit energy that we got from the Ten of Pentacles. The feeling of this person needs that time to heal. But it's again, even with their headphones on, this person has headphones on or earmuffs. They're trying to tune out the noise. So it's to go back to the 50-50. This person is trapped in that cusp of not wanting to sit in a painful energy because they want to heal it, but at the same time, they could be trying to distract themselves when it gets to be too much. And I do feel as though they might look at you as someone that is a little bit farther along the journey, especially with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles and the future energy that it's promising, the encompassing energy that this person is feeling when it comes to you and the future. It's this person is trying to ground themselves, but also rise to the occasion in some degree. Do they feel like a clown a little bit? They could feel a little foolish, like they're not having fun. And that's what they're seeking, I guess. That's kind of the feeling where they're taking that time out to get into a better energy. All right, let's see. Heart's Hidden Secrets, and then we got the Neon Love, because I want to see where they are at emotionally with their shadows. But first, let's do our Heart's Hidden Secrets. If there's any other details about how they're currently feeling. Jeez. Okay, that's a lot. So we have silence, healing at the new bottom of the deck energy, commitments coming up, longing, sorrow, escaping, and ecstasy. That feels like the distraction that came through where they could be seeking thrills. It could even be in the form of fantasizing, but I believe that a lot of what is on their mind and a lot of what they feel about you is that future or orientation that they know is true. But like I said, it feels a little bit more distance. But with commitment coming through, I do believe they feel you are that person that they would and could see themselves committed to. They're feeling that yearning, that longing sensation because they are stuck in the sorrow, even though it's to their own accord. They need to be in that silence. You could be giving silence too, if your energy is blocked. Remember this too, if you had to block this person, it's not about them. It's about you. If you don't want to focus on them, if you don't want to come across them on social media, if you do not want to be tempted to see what's going on with them by peeking in on their page or whatever it is that might keep you stuck, I feel as though this person senses that they're cut off from your source, your energy source in some way, which is hard for them to reconcile. It's feeling very wounded. I'm not saying that they're playing the victim, but I feel more so that it's hitting them hard right now. And they could feel like it's a little bit of betrayal, the lack of your energy. All right, so, and don't, let that allow you to change the trajectory of where you're at. It's important that you keep your boundaries regardless of whatever happened in this connection. All right, so, or even if you are in a relationship and this person and you are going through a rocky time. So we have balance. Let's get all of them and then we'll organize. I want to get 6 because I want to see like half and half. Like where are we looking? Responsible at the bottom of the deck energy. We got queer. This could be same sex, but don't force it. But I'm also getting, especially with the feeling that I got with clown, where this person kind of clowned around too much too. We got passion, balance, ghosted, situationship, and together with the ring. So 3 and 3, guys. Passion, together, balance. Yet we have ghosted, situationship, queer. Is this connection? It feels a little weird. That's the feeling I'm getting, where it might have been confusing. Not sure where this person's heart is, whether it's directed toward you, especially if it felt like a situationship. This could be what this person is healing or recovering from, whether it's with you or not. But if there was some sort of runner, chaser, ghosting type of energy, and you've made that decision to officially block and move on, it's creating balance in this equation, even for this person, believe it or not, guys. Okay? Okay, so let's see. This is a hard deck to shuffle. So let me shuffle one more. Let me try to attempt to shuffle one time, and then we're going to see what comes through. Okay. So I might have to take it off the top because it's not, like I said, I can't really do what I normally do. So let's see, Spirit. What do we need to see? How are they currently feeling? What is the energy? What are they alchemizing? What do we need to see? Synchronicity coming through. Summer. What beautiful cards. Let's get one more. And the bottom of the deck energy. Pluto. Wow, this feels like a little bit of a death. Pluto energy. This feels as though this could represent a transformation in some way. Look at the skulls, look at the imagery. And for it to be in the energy of Pluto, it's giving a wild sense of transformation. I'm wondering if this is what this person is being led to journey to. We have Jupiter at the bottom of the deck. So let's put that here. And Jupiter is feeling really spiritual. You know, Jupiter energy is also, you know, a feeling of sense of purpose, a feeling of where they are aligned, what's being directed. We're getting another rainbow. And again, even just the imagery of rainbow in the queer card and in this Jupiter card, it feels like that rainbow reviver energy that I get in another oracle deck, True Love, where it feels like something is being spiritually cleansed. There is a revival in the energy. I'm getting a lot of dreamscape. It's feeling, to go back to the imagery of dreaming, this person could be really, it's like unavoidable what they're experiencing right now. And I feel as though if they are trying to distract themselves, they are, it's leading back to the energy of them being faced with their current shadows. You know, you can't get away from Pluto energy, guys. Especially if this person is healing and in the thick of, you know, whatever this betrayal was, whether it's something they created or not. I do believe too, we're looking at snake energy, and as we're leaving snake energy behind, with the new year approaching, we're getting into the horse energy. The horse energy. I feel as though this person is also shedding maybe a little bit of their skin and picking up more on their intuition. At least that's what they're attempting, because again, to go back to how they feel about you, where you've already kind of, it's like you've been leading them down this path the whole time, and they're starting to realize how far ahead you really are when it comes to the spiritual energy. Now, summer could be time sensitive, could be a sign that something's coming, something is happening in the summer, or that might be where an emergence of growth and transformation exists. But even with the greens, it is giving, and the yellows, it is giving a little bit of that heart chakra, the center of it all. So how is this person feeling? Their whole world is getting disrupted. It feels as though they are cosmically being geared towards something. They could be going through a dark night, especially if they're going through some sort of awakening. And again, perhaps not to the extent that you might be dealing with, especially if this is a spiritual connection. But to some degree, you know, this could also feel like subconscious, you know, being guided in the right direction. Card number 6 could feel like the Lovers. It could feel like a choice, making aligned choices for themselves, especially if something needs to change, especially if they're dealing with a lot of breakdowns in their current experience. Because we did get the Tower card earlier. Oh, it's still here. Wow. Here it is. And the Tower, as far as this could be multiple different things that has broken down in their 3D experience, their energy, and you could have been the catalyst, or you could have been one of those big things, right? So I do feel like this person is picking themselves up. They're definitely feeling a little wounded. They're putting their bandages on right now. Let's say that. So how should we end our reading? What advice do we need to see with Work Your Light for Group 3, Spirit? What do we need to see? Let's answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Answer the call, share your voice. Something about communication is coming through. Might be a sign that you should journal, risk, leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. I had a feeling. And this always reminds me of the Fool energy. And ironically, we have the Fool in reverse coming from this person, whereas they see you as charging ahead in your own aligned direction. Like they see you facing your north, your true north. So, wow, Lumeria, one of my favorite cards, besides the Yes card. Lumeria is like either my first or my second. Okay, I guess my second favorite card in the deck. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Wow, guys. I have a feeling you are aligning your life. You are preparing yourself for a really beautiful energy if you're not already there. I feel as though whatever it is that happened between you and this person has activated a deep soul alignment that you couldn't avoid, you couldn't ignore. The trajectory of where you were led and being led to is pretty beautiful. You too could have gone inward into your own cave and you're ready to kind of branch out again. You're ready to live your life, to try new things, to leap and go with where the wind takes you, what your alignment is calling. And it feels as though it might not be toward this person, which ironically is why this person is fully directing their attention on you. So I would say you are creating heaven on earth. At least that's what Spirit is reminding you, that you have the power to create like beautiful happiness and alignment and joy in your everyday mundane routine. Just follow where the wind takes you, what feels good, what feels aligned. That being said, guys, I hope this made sense. I hope that this resonated. If it did, send a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys.